Welcome back to the BookEnds YouTube channel. I'm James McGowan.
Hi, I'm Jessica Faust.
We are literary agents who have taken our popular blog to YouTube to discuss all things publishing. And today's video is an Ask the Agent where we answer viewer questions.
It's new. I'm excited.
It is new, yeah. Today we're talking about what agents look for in sample pages, and it's inspired by a viewer question from Grandmaster Sethi.
Thank you, Grandmaster. Or is
Thank
it
you,
Sethi?
yep. They asked, how flexible should we be with the number of sample pages we submit? And like any video that we do, it starts with a question and we take it and run with it and don't shut up. So we're actually going to talk a little bit about what we look for in them, how to submit them, how much to submit.
Yeah. I think, first of all, most agents will tell you how many they want. Stick with it. I mean, I think I request 5 on my query manager. I don't even know. It's 5. If you sent 6 because there's a perfect break in 6, I'm not going to notice. You could do the same if it was only 4. If you sent 10, I might notice. So we're just getting a feel. There's sample pages for a reason. We're just getting a feel.
Query manager. Yeah. Query manager. Doesn't it have like a max on there? I should probably know this. All right. We should probably know that. But yeah, I think it'll max out on how many pages you can submit. But like Jessica's saying, just include what's asked of you. Don't be an overachiever. The hope is that they're going to request anyway, so they'll see them.
I mean, I think a lot of authors, I get it. We like completion. So if somebody requests 10 pages and our first chapter is 12, we want to send the whole chapter. But actually what your real goal is, those sample pages, leave them wanting more so much that they request the full manuscript before they even finish the sample pages. That's what really is going on the agent side of things. So just send what they ask for.
Yeah, and keep in mind that the page count is based off of the standard word processor page count. So if it's 5 pages, it's just 5 pages out of your Word doc.
Yes.
Okay, the next thing we want to talk about is which part of the book you should use. This is always a question. We get it a lot. Can we leave the prologue out? Should I start with chapter 1? Can I give you a sample from where the action is happening? 250 pages in the book. What do you want?
You know what doesn't happen so much, thanks to all the knowledge authors get on the internet? I'm sending you chapter 5 because it's really where the most exciting part of the book is. Are readers really going to read all the way to chapter 5 if nothing there is interesting enough for you as the writer to share?
No. The beginning of the book, your first chapter, where your book starts, that's where your sample pages should start. That's where you're grounding your reader, but also hooking your reader. And those are the 2 things you want your sample pages to do. Ground the agent and hook the agent.
I have an exception.
Oh boy, okay.
If you have a prologue, don't send the sample pages from the prologue. Send them from your first chapter. Why, you ask, do I have such hatred for prologues? I do not. I love a great prologue. And when I am reading a book, a great prologue is a conversation I will have with poor James. However, most unpublished authors, most debut authors, in my experience, have not written a great prologue. And I think that sending the prologue sometimes hurts them. So I would just send the first chapter, and then the prologue can go with the full manuscript. Nobody's going to go, oh, I don't remember this. These were not the sample pages. Just do the first chapter. That's just a little hint. That's what I think is the best strategy.
Yeah, for sure. And we also want to talk a little bit about how we use them. And this is the tricky part, because I would say probably no agent uses them the same way.
Yeah.
We all use them depending on how we're feeling, depending on how well that query hooks us, depending on how confident we're feeling on that day. Some days I read them, some days I don't. I know there are some agents who don't even request them. I think Kim at BookEnds doesn't even request them.
She does.
There's no guarantee whether an agent is going to read your sample pages. Most of the time, I will say, maybe like 80% of the time, I can make my decision based on a query. And if I can't, that's what the sample pages are to me. That's how I use them. I know an agent who reads every single sample page for every book that they want to request.
Well, that's different.
That's different, yeah. So I don't do that. I kind of just want the whole book, because if I read 5 pages of the sample and I'm like, I really want to keep going, I don't want to lose that momentum. So I request based on concept, and if I'm feeling it, I will read the book. So I think you will never, you have to kind of be comfortable with the unknown of how an agent's going to use your sample pages, which is why we always say the opening of your book should be as strong as it possibly can.
Yeah, I would, if you're getting rejected, if your query is getting rejected, I think just safely assume the sample pages were not read. You know, for me, it really is that there was something about the query that intrigued me. It could have been the voice, it could have been the idea, but I feel like I'm not ready to request. I need a sense of what the other part that was missing for me is. I will also say that even when I read the sample pages, more often than not, it still results in a rejection that I probably should have just gone with my gut on the query.
Yeah.
But most of the time when I request, it's not based on the sample pages.
Yeah, it's about the hook that grabs you. So that's why your query letter should also be the best it should be, but that's an Ask the Agent for
another time.
Well, we hope this was helpful. This is the quick information about sample pages that you all need to know. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we hope to do more of these Ask the Agent videos in the future.
Bye.